Hey everyone, how is everybody? I'm just going to wait, make sure you guys can see me and hear me. I think I'm live. Just make sure before I start talking. Kev, seriously? You guys can't see me? Oh man. Oh, okay. Thanks, TT1. I think Kevin's messing with me. So, hey Kelly, yes, you are first today. Woo! Hello, Kevin. Even though you're screwing with me and telling me iced coffee is better, how dare you? Billy! Hey, KP. Hey, Eric. How you doing? Hey, Sherry. Again, nice to see you. TT1, how are you doing? Hey, Frank. Hey, Dusty. Hey, Matt. Great to see you. Okay. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? We have officially hit winter here with. Yeah, we're about the same temperature here. It is absolutely freezing here. It went from like 72 degrees to 22 degrees in like a day. Hey, Holly. How was everybody's holiday? I changed things up this year because it's just a couple of us, and every year I try to make turkey. Turkey's one thing I can't make. It used to be two things. It used to be gravy and turkey, but I have now mastered gravy thanks to Billy. So, hey, Rocksteady, how you doing? So every year I try to make a turkey and it's nothing but an issue. I never know if it's done. I never know where to stick that freaking thermometer. And like one part of it'll say it's like, it's only 135 degrees and then the other part will say it's like lava. So it's always dry. I never know when it's done. I can never time it right. My sides never come out at the same time as the turkey wants to. So this year I got a turkey breast and just like a 5 pound turkey breast. They wrapped it all up. It was fresh. I didn't have to defrost anything. And I stuck it in my crock pot. And everybody actually ate it this year. And they were like, wow, this is good. Because usually my family's not big turkey people. And they were like, wow, it's actually good. So, yeah, that was and everything else came out good. I actually made my own cranberry sauce this year for the first time and it was delicious. I'm the only one who eats it, which is why I never tried it, but this year I decided I wanted to do it. I yeah, I burn it. Yeah, I don't understand. I would be a nervous wreck if anybody tried to do that anywhere near my house. So oh, that's awesome. How is everybody else's? Use No, you know what? It's even easier if you get a fresh turkey breast and they do everything at the butcher for me. They wrapped it all up. All I did was season it and throw a little broth in the bottom, and that was it. I left it. Yeah, I don't, I know. I want no cold weather. I like cold. I don't like this kind of cold. Poultry doesn't. No, I think you got that backwards. Beef doesn't have to be done. Poultry has to be done. Last Monday, Sunday, I'm glad to be done with them. Yeah. Sometimes it's the idea of having people over and seeing people is awesome until they actually come over and they are there for just way too long. Hey Joy, how are you? You have snow there? Seriously? Or are you messing with me? Feeling like you might be messing with me. Because it's got to be like probably 80 degrees there. Hey Daryl, how you doing? So what else has been going on with everybody else? So hey Steph, how you doing? So I will give you my hey Kelly, welcome back. And yes, you were first. You missed me saying that. So I will give you my panic attack of the month. If it... So you all know that I had neck surgery, and I had it on Halloween. And I was of course freaking out. I got 72 different opinions because I wanted to make sure that it was, I really actually needed it. We're talking about anxiety, really the winter blues are real because it gets, it really is real. I get them every year, and it's a lack of sunlight. You don't get the vitamins that you need, and a lack of vitamin D. So every year they put me on vitamin D. They put me on like high dosage because I'm always very, very low in the winter. And that's part of the winter blues. Lack of certain vitamins can definitely make you feel down or depressed. So vitamin D is one of those that you can actually OD on, and it can make you sick. So, like over the counter, like just the like 1000s or whatever they are usually safe to take, but they won't give high doses unless they test your blood and make sure you're low. Otherwise, you can get sick. But yeah, definitely look into that. If you're getting the winter blues, try try if you don't see, like, I know a lot of people don't see sunlight when the winter time comes because they go to work in the dark, they come home in the dark, and it's very depressing. So try to get outside, during lunchtime, or on a break, or just sit by a window, get light in you, and into your, sunlight into your, absorbing into your skin type of thing, and maybe look into some vitamins, especially D for the winter. But yes, it is 100% a real thing. Kelly, listen, anytime you need to call me, like seriously, the is it something that is maybe like, something's been going on and you're, having problems, or I left the link up at the top. If anybody wants to come up, hang out, chat, the link is there. Sorry, but if you want to, sorry, lost my train of thought. I'm reading six things at once, and I go all squirrel, and that's how I am. So, do you think it's like, is it something happening? Like, I know, Rambo's going through, his stuff. I don't know how much of, I don't want to like spill all your personal stuff. I think everybody knows, but I don't want to spill all your personal stuff over this. Hey, Matt Chad, how you doing? But is it something like, something because you're dealing with him, or something that, or is it just like, anxiety that's causing the depression, or do you think it's just like you're just having full blown depression? Because I feel like there's different ways to treat things depending on what it is, if that makes any sense. You're funny, Kev. Sorry, I'm just reading chat. I don't I don't absorb vitamin D, but it helps in the milk to absorb it. Yeah, your best bet is to get your vitamins through your food. I mean, that's always the best way. There's certain things there's certain vitamins and certain supplements you're supposed to take in different ways. Like I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but I believe it's like calcium. You can't take a calcium pill because it won't get into your system. You actually have to do some sort of chewable to get it into your system. Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure if I'm remembering that correctly. Hey, Bonnie's, how you doing? But so yeah, if Kelly, if you ever want to call and talk, as I said, been there, done that. I know, I know how it feels. Anyway, so yeah, I had the surgery. I had it on Halloween. The surgery itself went really well, and I got to say, they were like fabulous. It really depend. It really matters, like that you trust your doctor and that you trust the hospital too, because the different people that I saw, they all worked out of different hospitals, and I picked the hospital that I actually liked with the doctor that I actually liked. So hey, Cheryl. So I didn't realize how many checks and balances there really were when it comes to stuff like this. There was like 12 eyes on the surgery um, while it was going on. They had like people on Zoom. They had he explained it all to me before I went in, which was great. So I went in with that really very low anxiety, which was awesome. But now the yeah, the surgery was a success. Thank you. When I got out, he said, everything went really well. And I never took anything stronger than Tylenol. It was great. The only thing that really hurt was my throat. Thanks for stopping in, Frank. So, and I usually, I'm usually like, yeah, it's the best sleep in the world. I, when you have anesthesia or something, for anybody who's had anesthesia, I'm always like, just let me sleep. So I slept a little bit, probably more than I should have, because they always say like, wow, you sleep a long time after it, like way more than normal people. But then I was up for 28 hours. It was so horrible. So I have like no veins. Hey, Pilgrim. I have like no veins. They can't find them. So they originally did the IV in my hand because it was really hard for them to find it in my arm. Well, that one popped out and it made my hand like I felt it leaking out. So I called him up. I pressed a little thing. I'm like, something's leaking in my hand, and of course, hey, Devil Dog. I'm like, okay, now, you get like the whole anxiety thing and you're like, all right, what's going on? Why am I leaking? And they're like, all right, it's just your IV. The medicine's coming out. And it was the antibiotics that they were giving me because you need just a couple of doses for preventative. But then I start with the whole, all right, well, it's leaking out. So how much leaked out? Because it was on like I think it was like an hour and a half or an hour and 20 minutes, something drip. And, am I getting enough? Am I going to end up getting, an infection because I'm not getting enough antibiotics because they don't know how much leaked out? Because, they were like, well, it doesn't really seem too wet except for your hand a little bit. I'm like, yeah, but the pad underneath me was like waterproof. And, so these are all these things that are going through my head. Plus the fact that I did not sleep for 28 hours. So this was already past. This was the second night that this was going on, so this was already past the first night, and they were giving me another dose of something, and I looked down and my arm had completely blown. They had moved the IV to another place in my arm. Hey, Cha-Cha. And I looked down and all of a sudden my arm was like 3 sizes too big. And now I'm thinking I'm allergic to something. I don't know what's going on. So I called them up there, like the IV missed, and it was filling up my arm instead of going into my blood. And of course, if that sets off panic attacks. And then I kind of broke down a little bit and they were like, "Why are you so upset?" I'm like, "Because it's now been 28 hours that I haven't slept, and this is just not good for my anxiety." But on the plus side is I did manage to talk myself out of it and tell myself that I was up for 28 hours and this is why I was feeling like this. And that is my story. Anyway, so everything went really well. I have been in, hey, Teresa. Oh, you have your phone back? Hey, Cat and Silva. Um, this week, buffering, listening, but behind. Is your phone fixed yet? I know I missed a bunch of comments that I wanted to say. Oh, where did they go? Oh, 100%. That's probably one of the biggest ones. Yeah, but I feel like that those are usually treated differently than somebody who has just like straight out depression or anxiety, because if something's causing it, once you can kind of get past the situation you're in, the rest of the stuff usually follows and clears itself up. So I feel like treating the cause, like grief, and going through those steps will actually stop your anxiety and depression usually. Yeah, I saw that already. Saw that. Where did I go? Postcast. I'm very deficient in all things. I am really having a hard time now. Now issues after neck epidural. My only work is DoorDash. Yeah, I've heard a couple of people. I know that with those surgeries, they say you don't, especially proteins and stuff, you don't process them like you used to, and that you need like a high dose of proteins, if I'm not mistaken. I could, correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I remember hearing. And that vitamins, you need like heavy doses of vitamins because your body's not absorbing them anymore, and that can definitely also cause anxiety, because your diet is definitely connected to your uh, mental state. If you eat well, you're better. Um, I clearly missed a comment there somewhere. The better you eat, the better your mindset will be. So if you're eating junk, and not to say I'm not putting down anybody who eats junk, because I eat a lot of it, which is probably why I'm crazy. Thoughts. Oh, really? Oh, how cool. I've never seen one. What? Well, in person, I should say. I'm seeing comments on my phone that I can't see on here, and vice versa. I can't put on live chat. I can't get out of top chat on my phone if I'm in my own stream. I don't understand why. Nice phone, tried everything. Ah, seriously? I'm sorry, that sucks. Have a great night, Chad. to start an IV. I had to school. Oh, that's scary. Oh, awesome. Oh yeah, you know what? Everybody, make sure you guys check out everybody's channels. There's like a ton of really good channels in here. So make sure you all check them out and subscribe if they have even a little bit of interest to you. If anybody wants their channel posted, just ask, and I'm sure one of the moderators will post it for you. I've had that happen when it built up in my arm. One isn't put in my. Yeah, that's what they did. They like missed. They actually had to call like 3 guys that were trying to put IVs in my arm, and when the last guy came in and he finally got it in, he's like, this is it. If this one comes out, like we're out of options. And of course that sets off more anxiety. But they told me that even though it went into my arm and like not into my bloodstream, it was still getting into me somehow or another. I don't know how it works. Going through some stuff with my granddaughter, trying to give her to stay. I need help with the decision. Oh no. Is there something that we can help you with? I don't know. I don't know if I missed any other comments. If I did, about what's going on or anything. But yeah, I will definitely send prayers for you. But if there's something we can help you with, if you want to come up and talk about it, I would rather get your opinion. It's a story. Okay. As long as you have somebody to talk to that you can trust. I can't get live channel on my TV either. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. Like, I don't understand this. It just started, I think, the very last time I was doing this, and it won't let me out of Top Chat. And on StreamYard, it doesn't give you the option. It never did. So I'm really confused because I'm seeing things different. And I feel like I'm missing certain comments. Maybe I drink my own blood. Can't work in the medical field again for obvious reasons. I'm not afraid of needles. I have no problems with them as long as I don't look. I don't like seeing needles in my skin. It's not the blood that bothers me. I'm squeamish about seeing a needle in my skin. I don't know why. I don't know why that's the part that bothers me. But I see a blood doctor every couple of months, and they have no problems finding something to take blood from me, but they're not taking a lot. And yeah, I'm always like, yeah, I'm good as long as I don't look. Um, you know what? I don't, Cha Cha, it's not going to show up if you put it in. Try putting it in, because I don't see it. Try putting it in with spaces in between. Unless one of the mods has your email and then they can post it. It won't, or yeah, or leave out the at out of it. Because it just, nobody's deleting it. It literally won't post it if you put it up. Holly, yours is not showing up either. Yeah, you either have to like do it in pieces or I don't know why it won't. YouTube literally just takes it. They won't. They won't even let it go through. I don't know why. It's kind of stupid. Yeah, we're all sending prayers for you. Well, I can't actually speak for everybody, but so how is everybody coming up to the holidays and stuff? Are you guys all ready for them? Does anybody get like anxiety towards the holidays? I know I do. This is one of my worst times for anxiety. I always feel like there's just I don't know. There's just so much going on. I think my brain just gets overloaded because it's also my favorite time of year. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. Oops. Oh, those are very hard to share. I'm sorry, Bonnie. Do you have something going on, or it's just the year that's because sometimes we just have crappy years, and other times we just you got something going on. Oh, I just get anxiety about family coming over to visit because making my house look spotless is quite a chore. You know what? You don't. I think that's a lot of. A lot of people get that. That every inch of every room has to be spotless. And how many times have you gone over to somebody's house and been like, "Oh my God, look, there is a spot in the corner that they didn't clean." Like, do you go into their houses and think, be like, "Oh wow, they didn't clean that spare room out," or "There's a cobweb in the attic that nobody goes into." If that makes sense. Like, if you don't think like that about other people, then they're probably not thinking about that about your house either. So you don't have to make everything perfect, because 9 times out of 10, I mean, okay, there's those people that are just judgmental and will, take the white glove out. But 99% of people do not do that. And you don't have to kill yourself to make everything so perfect when it's really not going to matter in the long run, if that makes sense. Oh wow, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's horrible. I'm sorry, Bonnie. I'm sending you prayers. Hmm, come see me. Yeah, that's exactly it. And who are you coming to say? I don't want not dirty. My house is not going to be dirty, but I don't have to. I'm not going to go and be like, all right, well, I got to clean out the spare room that nobody ever goes into, and that's got to be perfect. And it's going to be clean, and that's it. You know what? I'd rather. I'd rather spend stress-free time talking with my, family or friends or whoever it is than worrying about what they're going to think. If they're people I want at my house, they're not going to judge me for not cleaning in the corner. That's my theory at this point. Did you guys if you want me to delete anything, let me know, unless you can delete it yourself. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Captain Silva. That's hard too. You know what? It is what it is. So, like usual, I didn't really have a topic tonight. Because do I ever? No. And I'm apparently very rusty at this too, but. Hey, Grit and Grace, how are you? Sorry, I have to go something about the just have a great night, Steph. Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's so awful. Anyway, I'm actually probably going to shut this down. Unless you all have anything else you want to talk about. I have to go make cookie dough for my husband because he ran out of it. All right, so I'm going to shut this down. You guys all have a wonderful night. I just wanted to check in with all of you and see how you were doing. Just a reminder, I am always, always available by email. Anybody wants my email, I'm more than happy to give it. I know how debilitating anxiety can be, especially at this time of year. So, let me tell you something. My favorite, most high center. Aw, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys have each other. Hey, Winning Streak, nice to see you. I'm actually shutting it down. Hey, Canadian. So you guys make sure you guys check out anybody else's channel. There's like tons and tons of good ones in here. And they all have better channels than I do. They don't stutter like me. It was good to see you again too. Coffee, please delete mine. All right, let me see if I can find you. Um, all right, why can't I find it? Okay. I'm still looking, Chacha. I think this is it. Okay. Okay. I think I got you. Chacha, I think I deleted it. For a while I couldn't delete my own comments either. it was driving me crazy. Oh, hey, Al. Nice to see you. Where'd it go? I'm actually shutting it down too anyway. Have a great night. All right. So I'll see you guys all in other chats, I'm sure. So y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.